the Zoom sessions work? It was a very nice and considerate question from you. I really appreciated the question. So yes, I'm inviting you onto Zoom to come and hang out just because I like you. So there's no charge in this now. So what we do that yes, there is the way of impeccability. It is a program that you can take if you want to be like Elizabeth or Kadana's already taken it, and that you go online and you'll do the online session, and then twice a week there'll be we'll schedule appointments for you where you come on for 2 hours. Okay, we went pretty much an extra hour today with Elizabeth, but that happens sometimes, and get bonus. So that this is Elizabeth's time for the session as part of the program that she does, and obviously there is a cost to the program. But again, other than that, if you like, if I invite you and said, sometimes people come and they chat and they hang out, and this is just, it's a bonus thing that we do, and okay, I open the door for you, so I appreciate your concern and your consideration tremendously. But yeah, I did open that door a little bit for you just to come hang out with us, just because we like you. So
Okay. Okay.
that's all,
Thank
very
you.
simple. So yeah, on Fridays we do have an open session between 6 o'clock and 10 o'clock my time, which sometimes the participants come, sometimes they don't, sometimes other people come. But so Friday is kind of an open time. But other than that, mostly I'm working with the participants, and that's how the Zoom time works. So yeah, occasionally we have free time, and most of the time, like Vina and I, we are working on the programs and doing, because we still adding more courses and stuff. So there's a lot of work that we do, but we still have free time, and sometimes people come on and they just chat for a little bit. But mostly it's because they're doing one of the programs or courses that we have.
Okay.
Yeah. So I also thought, I don't know if your question was related to being interested in doing one of the courses or programs or not. I wasn't sure.
It all depends on the cost.
Yeah.
So,
That's yeah. So our programs are not they're not simple programs. They're extensive programs. Like Wave Impeccability is a 4-month program, and that's unless there's some specific reason to do the other particular courses, the Wave Impeccability is the one to do. It's the main course. But we have, for instance, a course on the psychology of the superiority paradigm, and we have a course that teaches you how to coach, if that's something that you would do, to coach without having content. It's like wisdomless coaching, right? Or to be, a counselor or two. Anyway, it's a big program too, but it's very specific, more specific. Now, those are included in our Monas project, which is like the master class of Wave Impeccability. So if you want to do that, then okay, but you have to first do Wave Impeccability. So
okay.
yeah, so there's a lot that we do, and it's a big deal that we do. So like Donna, she's doing the Monas project. So she's doing a different course right now, but she also
Okay.
helps us with, facilitating sometimes. As
Okay.
she did today. Look, I mean, she was fantastic today. She's a fantastic facilitator. So, of course, Bina's
Okay.
the facilitator too. So, the Way of Impeccability, it takes place over 4 months, and then you go online. Like you saw the slides here.
Yes.
It will look a little differently for you, but you go online, you go through this, you go through each slide, you take your notes, you do your takeaways, you do your repeat backs, you add into your dictionary of power. At the very end of this, there are tasks and so on. So that's what you do on your own, and then in the Zoom session twice a week, in the 2-hour Zoom session, so 4 hours a week total, you
Hmm?
come and we do what we did with Elizabeth. She shares her
Okay.
notes, she shares her, and all the participants do this. Now it's completely different for everybody. It's incredible.
Okay.
If you hear some of the others, it's like, wow, it's completely different. But this is where, from our side, from the program side, you heard how I was customizing everything to Elizabeth,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Yes.
I'm
Yes.
finding I was bringing you into it as well, because it's just how I am. I like to be inclusive with everybody, but I
Okay.
was I was fine tuning it to Elizabeth specifically, right?
Hmm.
Everything. So I'm making sure that that Elizabeth is understanding what's going on, because
Okay.
I don't want you to believe me.
Yes. Yes.
Very
Yes.
important.
Yes.
You have to come to your own truths and your
Hmm,
own
true.
understandings. This is absolutely essential. It's why our program works, because
Okay.
you are accumulating your own understandings, and those understandings are not based on belief. We don't care much
Okay.
for belief. Belief doesn't last very long. It's pretty useless.
Right.
We
Right.
like self-evident sensibilities, like effort reward.
Yes.
You
Yes.
think about effort reward, it's like, oh well, duh, and it's a self-evident sensibility. So this is what we do. We are just here to make the obvious obvious to the participant. That's kind of what I'm doing, really. I'm just spelling it out. I'm laying it out. I'm exploring it a little bit, and I'm just usually making this up. The obvious obvious. Also, I am being very specific. Like if you notice the things that came up with Elizabeth, I was
Yes.
focusing on the stuff and connecting it to her in a way that was pertinent and relevant. And especially
Okay.
when she brought up something, because pertinence and relevance, it is what is important to us, what matters to us inside. And of course, when something is pertinent, this solves my personal problem, then it sticks in the brain. It gets
Yes.
emphasized, right? So
Yes.
it
Yes.
leverages learning. So there's
Yes.
a lot. We are very skilled in what we do, and we are very sophisticated in what we do. It might seem like we're all over the show and random sometimes to somebody who doesn't know, but no.
Okay.
There's a great deliberate. It's very simple what we do, really. You
Okay.
know, we
Okay.
emphasize and we make the obvious obvious, and we just focus attention. And we, like I'll have her repeat back sometimes stuff. I'll say it twice again because I can hear sometimes when she says it, she's not quite feeling how important it was, or sometimes when somebody says something and you can hear there's a bit of a charge, or it's a bit emotional. Oh, repeat that. Oh, let's hear what's going on here. So yeah, we deal with stuff. So yeah, we do a lot. Today was an unusual session too because lots was going on, but we get really deep into it in the personal customization to you. So
Okay.
this is important. So what the way of impeccability is, over 4 months, it is for the entire program, it's 6,300 for the program. So
Okay.
yeah, I know it's expensive, or at least it seems so. However, that if you take it on an hourly basis, it's not expensive at all.
Okay.
It's a lot of time. So
Yes.
it's if you go to therapy, you're going to pay a lot more.
Yes.
Yeah. So we have to understand and put it in the context of the time. So yes, it takes place over 4 months, and 4 hours a week that you spend with us. Then there's the time that you spend with the program. So when you start breaking this down, like per hour, it changes the whole dynamic, and this is important. So yes, it does seem expensive at first. However, when you start to look at it in a different thing, you say, what is it that I'm getting out of this? Usually, when people ask me what is the price of the course, I say, you know what? The price of the program is the cost of the rest of your life.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's the trade off. So, because it's a life change and a self change program, this is going on for the rest of your life. Now, here's the deal: people buy cheap programs, and it's like a band aid. Band aid aren't going to cure you of your disease, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's true.
exactly,
We're not.
exactly. It does not, right? So, you have to put in the time to treat the entire body, entire system. You have to replace all of the stuff. Wave impeccability is not a fix-it program; it's a replacement program. Yeah,
Okay.
we don't try and fix your problems. No, we simply say we are going to replace it. Like when you teach your kids and you say don't steal. Okay, that's helpful. But does that make them kind and courteous and considerate and generous? Does it?
No. No.
No.
No.
Teach your kids to be kind and courteous and considerate. Are they going to
Right.
steal?
No.
No, exactly. So we focus on positive replacement because it automatically takes place of the negative. When you start trying to fix things through emphasis, problems become your whole world and it's counterproductive, right? So this idea like psychotherapy, it doesn't work. That's why people spend 10, 20 years, you know?
Okay.
And some of the participants, they will tell you, I was 15 years in it. I came on the program. I was here for 2, 3 weeks. And the problem I had, and I went to therapy for 10 years or 7 years or whatever the case, boom, it was gone because we focus on replacement. So this is a big deal. So, I hear you when it comes to finances. Not everybody can do this, but, sometimes if something is important enough, we find a way, you spread it out on a payment for a longer term. So people have ways of doing things. So, when you really look at this, and the price that I make, it may seem expensive, but from my point of view, where I'm at, it's I have to charge something, unfortunately.
Yes, that's true. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But also,
And
when there is a significant investment, it leverages the participant
yes.
because now you're invested. I mean, I've had people who've done the program when I first started, and even now, still maybe some of them that came on as testers and they did the program for free. They don't do it in the same way. Those who are really into it, those that are committed and invested, they do it in a very different way. So yeah, it's very powerful. So let me know, think about it. If it's something that you really want to do, you see what's involved, And I don't know, how is your husband when it comes to this sort of stuff? Is he into it as much as you are, the learning and the growth?
No,
No.
no, actually, not that much. Yeah.
Okay, because I was going to say I have a couple that are doing. It's Erica Jane. Hopefully, you'll meet her at some point. She did Wave Impeccability, and she keeps her husband in the loop. Her mom is now doing Wave Impeccability, and
Oh,
her and her husband are doing the Mourners Project,
okay.
which is an 8 month program, and it
Oh,
includes all sorts of programs within programs. They do all those courses, so it's a big deal. What Donna's doing also, but they're doing it together, which is very cool.
nice.
So
That's nice.
there is doing things together, which makes a difference. Plus,
Yes.
do you have a friend who is into the learning and the growth and all the things that you post about?
Not that much. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
sometimes people find a friend and they do it
Yes.
together with a friend, and that's
Together, I know.
and
Yeah.
then you've got a commitment buddy, which is very helpful. You've got
Yes.
somebody to
That is.
discuss it with.
Yeah.
It's very powerful. So I'm just
Yeah.
putting it out there. Think about it, see how it
Think
goes for
about it.
you, make the effort.
Okay.
Furthermore,
Yes.
I mean, I'm only bringing this up because you asked about the charge for the Zoom sessions.
Yes.
I don't open the program to just everybody.
Okay. That's good to
I
know.
mean, I'm very selective in who I want to do this with, because you see
Okay.
how it is.
Yes.
It is a very deep commitment, and I do the
Yes.
program, and Bina too. We do it
Yes.
with you. We
Yes.
do it together.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
and it's a very intimate thing. It's a very
Yes.
profound thing. So I
Yes.
gotta like you, otherwise, I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
And I want
Yeah.
people to whom learning and growing is a passion. It's a
Yes.
need, it's a
Passion.
necessity. This is what
Yes.
we're about. There's so much more in the way of impeccability. I can't tell you how much more there is. You heard what Donna said. There's always more. There's more than we even realize. There's more on top of more on top of more. It's a very deep, multi layered program. It's got lots and lots and lots in it. So, okay, I understand the situation. So, you tell me, let me know how things work out, but I would love to do this with you. Let me put it this way. And so would Bina. We spoke about this. I have a very peculiar skill. I can spot nice people a mile away. So
Nice. Thank you.
I
Thank you.
opened the door because I like you, and that's why I invited you to Zoom. Simply for that. I can see it from your posts, and how you
Yes.
respond and you comment and how you ask questions and stuff like that.
Yes.
So
Yes.
implications. See, I'm
Yes.
very skilled at looking at implications. I have a
Yes.
profound skill for doing this. So,
Yes.
by implication, I start running through the implications. Rajamani is a wonderful one, magical person to whom learning and growing is really important. And then you have a kindness to you, you have a sweetness, you have a gentleness, you have a moreness to you, you also have a strength to you. Yeah, you have all sorts of good, wonderful things to you. Yes?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So lots going on. So lots going on.
Yes.
So, don't be a stranger. Talk to me. And, if you do feel like coming on, even without the program, there is another way that also we do things. Sometimes when people come on, and they'll come on just for a session, just for a Zoom session, and basically it's those become more like counseling, and we call it wave impeccability therapy sessions, where you've got a problem and you're struggling, and they'll come on, and like we did the first time, right? You came on and we dealt with it and we worked with it and we worked through it. Now, okay, this was just more informal, but you can say okay, and you come for a 2 hour session, and we can do that too. So
Oh,
so so yeah, so we can do that, and then those the charge for those are we do them only in 2 hour sessions. The 1 hour doesn't work; it's way too short. 2 hours, and sometimes it'll go longer. But if we just focus 2 hours, is a really good session. So the 2 hours is 200 for the 2 hours.
okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
if you want to do it that way, we can do that too. But it's not nearly as effective, because now we're just dealing with a specific issue. And again, it's band-aiding, it's band-aiding, it's band-aiding.
Yes. Yes.
We need to
Yes.
treat the whole system. Otherwise, you're just going to come back to these same things over and
Yes.
over. So
Yes.
again, look at how in your case with your parents and your parents-in-law, it's an impeccability issue, really.
Yes.
When we really
Yes.
get down to it, it's an impeccability issue. So,
Yeah.
and yeah, so it's self-talk and all the stuff. There's lots of ways in which we leverage ourselves to be different. The whole thing in way of impeccability is that we connect you to your own moreness.
Yes.
I can see your moreness, but not everybody can see their own moreness. So
Yes.
we assist you and facilitate you connecting to your own mourners. And there's
Yes.
lots of mourners in Rajmani. Lots and lots, lots and lots. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll get in touch with you.
Please, please,
Yes.
don't be a stranger. And, you can always connect with me in the group, message me on Facebook, so yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So
Thank you,
you
sir.
see what you can do. And, but I do,
Yes.
I like hanging out and connecting with you. So
Okay.
yeah,
Thank you.
just remember there are many ways to fry a pancake.
Yes, that's true.
So it's not always
Yes.
one way, right? Many
Yes.
ways to do things. So
Yes. Yes.
I
Yes.
stay open, and, sometimes we can figure things out, make them work. If there's a will, there's a way, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Brilliant.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh,
Bye.
pleasure,
Bye.
pleasure, pleasure. Truly a pleasure, Rashmani.
Same
Okay.
here. Yeah. Bye.
Yes, yes. Bye bye.